Spencer Linton teamed up with Jarom Jordan, and I cannot even begin to explain how unbelievably ecstatic I am to announce that we have time for Dennis Pitta today.
Producers, it's not me. Everyone thinks it's me.
On the Deseret First Credit Union hotline via Zoom, Dennis, welcome, my friend, back to BYU Sports Nation.
Thank you, guys. It's good to be here. Jarom, it's definitely you. That's the issue. We all know.
The truth.
We're all out of lockdown. I appreciate you guys allowing me to come out of quarantine and join your show.
Well, it took 2 months, but yeah. The hair's flowing nicely. The interior design looks excellent in your room. Are you kind of showing off that room? Is that the point here?
You're getting a very rare glimpse at my bedroom, actually. It's one of the only places that I can lock my kids out. It's been quiet for a little bit of time to talk to you guys. I've been yearning for some mature conversation. I know I won't get it on this show out of YouTube, but we can hope.
Yeah. You knew what we were when you picked us up.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So let us continue with
exactly what you are, yeah.
Yeah, let us continue with this childish conversation. Okay, Dennis, we were just talking about BYU logos, and we've been asking BYU fans to choose.
This is where we're at on May 22nd. We're talking about logos.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're really digging deep for anything to talk about.
Right? What's your favorite BYU logo and why?
Do I have do you have a graphic I can look at?
We'll throw up a graphic. Yeah.
No, I that one that's over Jarom's shoulder there. It's sideways. What's that one?
The Sailor Coug.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's kind of brings back a little bit of retro vibe. Okay, here we go. I see it now.
Yeah. What do you like here?
Yeah. So
and you lived in the tan era too. You played in the tan era.
I was the final. My freshman year was the final tan era jersey. Those were bad, though. I look back at those. We weren't as terrible as the white bib jersey.
Yeah, all time.
They had graduated from the white bib to more of a solid front, but they were still really, really ugly jerseys. But I really like number 2. I kind of like the retro. I'm into retro right now, so 2's kind of got a retro vibe. I like 3 a lot. 6, I guess, is what our current logo is. It's fine. It doesn't really do a whole lot for me. 5 reminds me of Yale, so I can't really go that route.
Okay.
2 and 3 for me. I really like those. I kind of.
Okay. The Beat Digger and the Sailor Coug. And not surprisingly, it kind of feels like that's the majority of responses.
A lot of our fans, that's where they're at, which is awesome.
Wait, number 2 is called the Beat Digger?
The Beat Digger.
Like he's digging up a bit. That's what, I don't understand it either, but I don't eat beats. And yeah, Jordan wasn't a school that anyway. So
Cougars, I didn't know Cougars search for beats. I didn't know that was a
man search for beat digger. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We've been doing the best to wear it. We had Max Hall versus Taylor Sander yesterday. I think I know what your opinion would be on that one. But when 32 comes up, do you feel like you have an argument against Jimmer? Because I do not.
So I'm gonna square off against Jimmer, which is gonna be an interesting. I don't like my odds in that matchup. Now I will say I think Jimmer chose number 32 because of me, so I should get some credit for that.
Oh, interesting. We're gonna have to check that, but yeah.
You can ask him about that. That's at least what I tell people. Oh yeah, Jimmer. Yeah, he's a big fan of mine. He chose 32 because I was 32.
Yeah, no one else is worth 32.
Only one of you caught a touchdown in a Super Bowl, Dennis.
That's a very good argument.
Now that's with number 88. Why were you 88 on the Ravens? And who was 32?
Well, the NFL, you cannot be whatever number you want to be. College, you can be any number. The NFL, if you're a tight end, you have to be in the 80s or you have to be in the 40s. And I hate 40 numbers. I don't want to be 44 and look like a fullback. And so I had to be in the 80s. And to be honest, they assigned me 88. I could have changed it when I got there, but when I first got there, I was 88. And I was like, I like 88. I could stick with that. I mean, it wouldn't have been my first choice. I'm not an 80 numbers guy. I've been 32 pretty much since I remember, all through high school, at BYU. Actually, my freshman year, I got to BYU. I had the whole walk-on story, so nobody knew who I was. They gave me number 91 my first year.
Isn't that when Croton called you the wrong name?
I'm a tight end. I'm not a defensive lineman. But I wore 91 through spring ball all the way until we got to the 2004 season, and I went up, I think, to Coach Croton in his office, and I said, listen, like, I can't be 91. Like, I just can't feel good about myself in 91 and even play at any kind of a high level wearing a defensive lineman number. And so they shift some stuff around. I was able to go to 88. So I was actually number 88 for the season my freshman year. So when I went back to the Ravens and they had 88, I was like, that's cool. I'll go back to that number.
Hey, Andrew George's number, right? Your running mate at tight end, not bad. What was it? Yeah. What did Gary Croton call you again? He called you the wrong name or something?
Yeah, so Gary Croton called me Dustin on several occasions. Through spring ball. What's funny is I was just actually talking to John Beck the other day about when I first got to BYU. And I actually just spoke. Coach Grimes had me come on and talk to the BYU offense via Zoom, just like this. And I told this story. He wanted me to tell my walk-on story a little bit. And so I told this story that John Beck relayed to me when I first got to BYU. We were out. It was like winter workout, so there can't be any coaches. It's just player run practices, and you're doing like 7-on-7 throwing routes and stuff like that. And I must have somehow snuck into the first group because I was like a wide receiver at the time, and nobody knew who I was. Somehow I was in the first group with John Beck, who was the starting quarterback, and he threw me a couple balls. Like, I remember catching a deep ball down the sideline. Anyways, and John, after the practice, went up to Coach Croton's office, and they would sit, once a day or every other day, and Croton would always ask him, so who looks good out there? Like, who's kind of standing out? And John said after that day, he went up and he said, listen, there's this kid, kind of a tall kid, receiver. I think his name is Dennis. He looked pretty good out there today. And Coach Croton replied to him, John, we have nobody on the team named Dennis. And so John's like, no, I asked him his name, and he said it was Dennis. So I don't know. And Croton's just like, John, we have nobody on the team like that. I don't know what you're talking about. Fast forward, we're into spring ball, and Coach Croton still doesn't know my name's Dennis. He's calling me Dustin. So that was my start at BYU, from humble beginning. Aaron, you don't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you number 91, Dustin, come over here.
Dustin Pitta was way better than Dennis. Yeah, exactly.
Dennis Pitta. Great stuff. That's an outstanding story. Okay, speaking of John Beck, he's been working closely with Zack Wilson, even through these quarantine measures and hanging out in Southern California. Why do you think that Zack Wilson, coached by John Beck in the offseason, is ready for a breakout season in 2020?
Well, listen, ironically enough, I just talked to John last night. He called me, and we were talking about something else. And I don't even remember how Zack Wilson got brought up. But he started telling me about Zack Wilson, and he's like, Dennis, Zack, or he said, Dustin, Zack. No, John knows my name. He called me Dennis. He said, Zack looks awesome. He's big. He's athletic. He's throwing the ball so well right now. And, they haven't been able to do practices and all that with the team, obviously, because of the circumstances that we're all seeing. But he's been able to do these private workouts with John, and John just was raving about him, completely unwarranted. I didn't ask him anything about Zack. He just kind of went in and started telling me about him. And he was like, they are incredibly excited about what the potential is for this offense because of how good Zack looks and how hard he's kind of worked through this past off season. And he said, just from a mental standpoint, his ability to break down film and all that, he just has such an advantage. John was even telling me from back when he was playing quarterback at BYU, he's like, he's light years ahead from a mental standpoint of understanding the game and know where to go with the football and all that. And then just his arm talent now and him being healthy for a full year and everything that he just said, he was raving about him. And so I said, John, settle down, okay? He's just a guy. Do you want to date him or what? But no, just a glowing review. And so I obviously haven't been able to see any of Zack personally, but just hearing what John had to say and then the guys that are working closely with him right now, I think we should all be pretty excited. And I think there's not going to be any doubt that Zack will be the guy heading into the season.
Yeah, and as an upperclassman, it's like, okay, let's make the jump, right? Let's take it up a notch. Let's finish with this. I always love hearing stories from past players. So let's go to 2009 Oklahoma. Let's go to the final drive. You guys call 2 plays, a 3rd down and a 4th down that you end up catching and converting and getting, 20-plus yards on. Recount kind of what happened in that sequence to lead to one of the biggest wins in BYU history.
Yeah. So I'll preface this story by saying on the bus ride to the stadium before the game, we were sitting with McKay Jacobson, and McKay was dating this girl, and we said, McKay, if you catch a game-winning touchdown in this game, I'm not even joking, this conversation happened. If you catch a game-winning touchdown in this game, you have to propose to your girlfriend. And lo and behold, that drive that you're talking about ended with the McKay Jacobson touchdown in the end zone. And so, that's all. When that touchdown happened, we were, jumping up and down, celebrating with him. And we just kept yelling at him, you have to propose. You got to propose.
In the end zone?
Perfect. Yeah, it was just, I don't know if he actually did it. I mean, he ended up doing it because they got married later. But it was just, the most hilarious and awesome ending to that game. So I'll preface by saying that. But that last drive was I guess the only thing I really remember from that last drive is when we went for it on 4th down. And it was we were driving, we were moving the ball pretty good, and then we got kind of stuck on 3rd down. It was 3rd and 5, I think. We had an incompletion. And so we're kind of all jogging back to the huddle, and we get the call from the sideline, and it's a hurry-up play. We had a couple plays that were when the call comes in from the sideline, it was just one-word code word. We already knew what the play was, and it's just you sprint to the line, you run the play. And so Coach Anai, to his credit, just was totally prepared for the moment. And it didn't allow anybody any time to think or process or realize how big of a play that was going to be in that game. Because 4th and 5, we don't convert there, we lose the game. And so the play was, and I don't even remember the formation, but I was just flexed out barely to the right side of the formation. And I just had a 5-yard out. And yeah, there it is right there. And so we sprint up to the line. We get the call, whatever. I can't remember what the code word was. I wish I remember it. But we all run to the line. No time to think. And it's just boom, that we snap the ball. And I released. And the defense is kind of frozen by this a little bit because 4th and 5, typically you're going to huddle. Might even burn a timeout. They really want to kind of think about the scenario, go through what they're going to call. But boom, we ran that play, and it kind of caught them off guard. I mean, a simple 5-yard out, just kind of ran away from the middle linebacker that was kind of tucked in the box. And Max put it right on me. I was able to turn up, get some extra yards, and I think I lost my helmet on the play at the end.
Fittingly.
Well, that's every play.
Fittingly.
Yeah. And so, and then a couple of plays after, I don't know if it was 1 or 2, 3 plays after, McKay Jacobson, I was running a little sit route on the goal line, and he had kind of a dig or kind of bent in around behind me and just got lost behind me in the defense, and Max hit him with it, and that was the game. So just you look back at that game, that's the one play and kind of sequence that I really remember, just in the moment when the biggest moment of our season, arguably the biggest moment of that game. We were just, you didn't have to think. Coach and I was, it took some real guts to make that call, and it worked out.
Dennis, outstanding stuff, man. Great to catch up.
Maybe we'll have you on again at some point.
Yeah, definitely. I will.
Maybe I'll get a haircut next time. It's a little long.
Look at that. Jackie Moon over here.
Yeah, some of us haven't had the luxury of having our personal barber come to our house like you, Jared, shaving our part.
Dennis, we
had to work past our whole quarantine lockdown.
We did a hat show. It was awesome.
Yes, we did. We didn't get our hangout in Arizona earlier this month, but I promise you at some point it's going to happen, man. It's going to happen.
Okay, let's make it happen.
All right, brother. Great to catch up. Stay safe and healthy.
Thanks, Dustin.
All right, you too. Good to see you guys.
Dennis Pitta on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, you know why, we show how.
He's one of the best. He is. People think I legit hate him. I love Dennis Pitta. He's awesome.
You mean you love Dustin?
I like Dustin more than Dennis. Let's be honest.
Okay.